Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? It's been a while since I've done an update or anything on Jack and Lily. It's been like 5 weeks, and I think that last one was more a rant over all the crap that was coming out and just everyone be careful. So, what I'd like to do though is review the update that a little bit about the RCMP actually came out, and it did touch on a few things from my previous videos. So, those are like energy validations that I don't know which one it was, first or second, but video. I'm not sure. But I did pick up DNA because I said something about a blue thread, and I think I said I didn't re-listen to them at all, but these things just stuck in my head that I believe I said maybe it'll come down to DNA or they're going to find something on DNA. So they did confirm they're doing DNA on not just the pink blanket, but other things that were located during the search from the drones or whatever. So let's hope they get some solid evidence of something from all that. Also, they came out and said they're not just searching Nova Scotia, but the surrounding Canada. I think Ontario was mentioned, and that's where I was directed to with the Owls Lodge, possibly, even though it could be just something else, Owl and something else Lodge. But they're widening the span. I'm I don't remember if I read it, but I think they mentioned New Brunswick. I'm not sure about that. Um, so there's some things, and also just to let you know, because we do work off energy, right? Every reader will tell you that. Oops, sorry, I'm making a mess of cards. Um, Got a card turned over. Okay. Um, all this past basically month, it's been more and more talked about them being alive. I mean, Darren started it more so. I mean, others did think that too, like myself. But then the ball started rolling bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's been the energy for a month straight now, basically, right? Always. And even today in Janie's interview, I'd like to thank Janie that she did an interview. I appreciate that. Um, so we have Melinda and we have Janie. Let's see if Cindy, Malaya's mom, comes out as being the bio grandmom, right? But we'll see because I do feel someone's going to be giving an interview on Malaya's side, but like that won't be for a little bit, I think. And that's only, of course, um, if the children aren't found by then or, whatever ends up happening. But Janie came out and even stated that she thinks that they're alive, right? And we have Melinda, who's also a paternal grandmother. So she's, you know, Cody is her son, saying that she thinks something horrible happened, you know. But I really would like to see Cindy come out, if not Malaya. Even Patty, the great grandmother, right, of Malaya. But we'll see. Anyway, so we have the DNA that they're doing, and I mentioned DNA. We have other parts of Canada, and I believe I did either read or heard Ontario. Um, and I think someone said New Brunswick, but I never said New Brunswick. That was Feather and Flame. I personally think they're still in Canada. That's my opinion. Everything I say is alleged, right? And my opinion, best reading the cards. I got new cards, so I'm gonna best interpret them the best I can and the feel I have for them. So yeah, because it's been such an energy, it's taken up. In other words, I picked up that they were alive, but here for the past month, more and more people are coming out saying, there's chances are they're alive, right? Still no cadaver dogs have been sent in, so I'm wondering if the police think that they were actually, you know, passed on. Why they didn't get at least one cadaver dog in all this time? Is this upside down? Okay, no. So, I mean, there's just holes, and I know the police are working hard. You could tell by that update that they did of everything they're doing. Um, Not all 60 interviews did the polygraph test. So, and they're getting I guess it's warrants because they said legal something to get into people's like digital or search or do whatever. So they have to wait for warrants for that. All right. So let's see. I wonder if one of those will lead to a burner phone, like someone texts to someone else, and therefore they have to find out who's that someone else, and it ends up being a burner phone, right? I wonder. Or the burner phone could actually be someone who has the kids now too. They did then and they do now, but they're not on the property. You know what I mean? In other words, they were part of taking the kids, but they never lived on that property. That's possible too. So everything, nothing, none of, not even talking properly. Everything is alleged. It is my opinion. I am not a cop. These are not facts from this point on. All right. So let's see what we got. Jack and Lily. Jack and Lily. Let's hope these cards show us something. Jack and Lily's. Let me get a few cards out before I show them to y'all. Wow. Hold on. One more, please. One more. Oh boy. Okay. So far, we've got fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, love is a battlefield. Someone is watching everything on social media, which I think we all knew people were doing that. You know what I mean? The cops are even doing that. But watching shit go down, enjoying the gossip. They're sitting back and just laughing, basically. Okay, because of betrayal, there was betrayal. Betrayal. Deceit, backstabbing, traitors, unworthy of trust, kicked to the curb, and anger management. Anger management. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, we know there's anger in certain people. There has to be, and betrayal. Betrayal. Okay. Someone who's watching everything go on online, right, feels like they're being betrayed. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. I'm kind of feeling. Let me get clarity on that card. Let me get some clarity on these cards. Hold on. Clarify some of these cards, please. Clarify fighting for what you love. Because I mean, I don't see Malaya out there fighting. Granted, she don't owe us anything. Believe, by the way, it would be nice if she did an interview with the news. I mean, I'm not asking for her to go on social channels because everyone cuts everything up anyways. But fighting for what you love, I kind of feel like that's more of a adult one-on-one over the kids. Yeah, it is. Hold on. Two of Cups. There's a new love. I mean, I think Daniel has They said Daniel did or something. Um, and the Page of Cups. But I'm thinking that is more of an immature-minded person. That's not like this is all about a love relationship, adult love relationship, but immature minds, like I mentioned on that rant last time, there's a bunch of immature minds dealing with this who are raising those kids, right? The way they're acting, it's very immature. Go to the beach one day, the other one comes out with a boy, girlfriend, whatever. I mean, do as you will, it's your life. And he's not even the bio dad, but he was there for 2 years. And seems to be doing more. Of course, a lawyer probably would tell her to be quiet, but I think she had someone on the side or does now, but is just quiet about it, or maybe soon, because Page of Cups is brand new. Either way, that's more about the love relationship, and I'm more concerned about the children. Watching shit go down, betrayal, kick to the curb, and anger management. We're aware of all those. Wow. Can you tell me about Jack and Lily Sullivan, the present energy, please? Jack and Lily Sullivan, please. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I really, I think they're both dating, tell you the truth. One's more secretive than the other, possibly. Or it's just like getting to know someone before you actually say you're dating type thing. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Oh, too many. Sorry. All right, so what we have here, someone's trying to use the fact of healing from all this trauma to start dating, okay? But now this card says affair. So to me, when I hear the word someone had an affair, it's because they were already taken and they stepped out on their partner. All right. So that's why I'm thinking someone had someone around before this all happened. Right. And they're keeping it inside. They're not letting anyone know about it. They're not letting anyone know about the timing that they actually met. And I don't know if it's Daniel because, like I said, I think they both were doing something. And then we have grandparent cleanup. Grandparent cleanup. And honestly, I mean, Belinda really is the only one that had nothing to do with this because she didn't have anything to do with the kids for like 2 years, right? But you could take that either way. Either yes, Janie was cleaning up for Daniel in that interview and he tried to make it where nothing happened on their end, or it could have been Cindy who came and there's question about the timing being a little early, things like that for where she lived, whatever the case. But the way that she and Malaya just took off like that suddenly. And then, so she isolated, basically, got her away from the trauma and the drama, took her and started maybe doing her own end of cleaning up whatever the hell happened. So we don't know. Or could be a grandparent thinking, who the hell is cleaning this mess up? We know more happened. There's a grandparent that does know more than what they're saying and they're keeping it inside too. All right. Someone. I'll even go as far as saying if it's not like an actual grandparent, it could be someone older that's viewed as a grandparent, right? Could be something like that. I'm keeping it very like general and everything because I mean, at the end of the day, it's only going to be the police that dot the I's and cross the T's, right? But there is a grandparent that knows more. There is a relationship, and I think it was good. Yeah, see, older grandparent, older male, kind of concerned about the whole issue. I mean, for all we know, this could be Malaya's lawyer, right? Yeah, here we go. The lovers made a decision too. It's all repeating. Lovers, love affair. The lovers here. Where are the children? This great fortune comes out. So something's going to be brought about eventually. I've had that card before too. And I'm pretty sure, I hope I did make it sure when this great fortune comes, I can't tell you, right? But it's coming. Something good is coming about. And to me, that's the kids are found, right? To others, how many turned over? Too many. To others, it could be just that their bodies are found. But to me, it's that they're alive and found. Okay. Can you show me where Jack and Lily are? Jack and Lily. What's going on with Jack and Lily? I mean, I understand there's a love affair. And apparently, if there was like beforehand, it has something to do with this missing, distraught situation, but they're keeping it hidden, at least the timing of it. And that's not saying that Daniel, I don't know if I already said that, was seeing this new girl way back when or whatever. I'm just saying someone. It has to do with it. Lily and Jack in the living room. I got that before too. I was asking the cards if you want to replay it a little bit. Where are Lily and Jack? Where are they? In a living room. So that would be a house, which I've been getting all along. Again, past, present, future. This is, I believe, what, the 18th? 18th of June, something like that. And, okay. So we got to consider that too. Were they in a house? Last time I did a quick thing, I think I said they were restricted from moving around. So a pathway, maybe there's a pathway to this house where someone's thinking they think they're in the house, in a certain house or something, and they can't find a pathway to get there. Someone's going to take a great risk. Someone's going to take a gamble, a great risk. Someone's going to be taking a great risk about the location, trying to find them. Like, say if you don't have a search warrant, you can't enter a person's house, right? If you don't have a search warrant, you can't check out their car, or probable cause even, right? If you don't even have probable cause. Someone's, or at least they're thinking about it. And they're really worried if they do this move, what will happen? If I do it, if I take control and I make this move and I'm not right, what can happen? I mean, I could lose. I don't know if it's a cop. A cop wouldn't go as far as taking a chance of losing his own whole career. But I'm just going to pull these ones too. These are new too. The true crime, what's beneath, and true crime oracles are all new to me. So let's hope I'm reading them right. If you're a reader or even someone who watches this and you see it like a different meaning to it, go ahead and feel free. Let me know because I'm working with new cards. I feel like I'm connected with them and it is all making sense and it's actually saying the same cards and stuff as my previous reading. So I think it's right on. Again, I am just a reader. At the end of the day, they may find them passed on, unfortunately, but I do believe they're still alive. And I don't think it was over CPS. I don't think so. There was another reason for all this going down. Yeah, see, okay, so when this guy's thinking something, maybe he's a PI, right? I got legal compass. Align your actions with ethical and legal standards. Ensure that you re-informed about relevant rules and regulations in your decisions. Integrity and legality should guide your conduct. So maybe he's a PI, or maybe it is a cop, but he's like, well, I got to have certain things in place before I make my move. He might be one step away from making his move. Investigator's Toolkit. Equip yourself with the necessary tools and skills for effective investigation. Develop your analytical abilities and gather resources and support your efforts. Well prepared toolkit. Yeah, he's crossing his T's and dotting his I's. It could be a group of the cops too, saying we can't move on this till we have this one thing in place. Well, anything else with this one? Too many. Sorry, guys. Come on. All right, two more. That's it. The clarity of evidence. Ensure that evidence is clear and unequivocal, scrutinized. This is all the DNA stuff going on. Clear evidence, because they don't want anyone walking at the end of the day either. So this is saying just supporting what they came out and said they're doing. Uphold integrity in all legal matters. Ensure that your actions are honest and within the bounds of the law, ethical behavior. Again, it's all about ethics and making sure they have everything in place in order to make a move. Even if they don't know exactly what now, they want to make sure everything, all their ducks are in a row. Okay, so that when they can make a move, boom, no one gets out of it. Right. So let's end with a card of hope. Let's end with a card of hope. I do wonder if this third party, because like I said, an affair is someone, in my mind, an affair is cheating on the other, right? Even if it wasn't physical, you got bound, you got caught up, you got, you know, I guess you lost, but it has a role in here. So let's see. Card of hope for Lily, Jack, and all of us fighting for them, and that's the thing. We're all fighting for the truth and justice and hopefully for the children to be found alive, which is what I keep picking up that they are. And I could be wrong. Yes, I could. Oh, manifestation. Cool. Manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Manifesting. Something is going to manifest with what the cops are doing. They're going to find out something more. They're going to be able to use it, but I don't know if we're going to know about it until all this is said and done, right? But there is going to be a conclusion to this. There will be justice, and I'm hoping and praying it's that Jack and Lily are alive and whoever had anything to do with this get locked up, you know. Desire and belief are your power. This is for my anyone that watches this too. If it speaks to you, then it's for you today too. But let's believe. I know our desire is for them to be alive, or at least a lot of us are, for them to be alive. It's a powerful tool, belief and desire. Powerful. So I hope they get found soon. and all these puzzle pieces get put together clearly. And love and light to everyone. Take care.